Hi, Nick here. Can you believe it? We are already through February and smack bang in the middle of harvest. In the background, you can see the team busy filling a tank with whole clusters of Syrah, and then we're going to crush and destem on top. But you know, there's a lot of prep that needs to go into harvest, a lot of things that happen before the time, and Chris is going to give you a little bit of a rundown to harvest.
Hello, Christo here. Critical stage in the vineyards to do for exceptional quality is green harvest control. So we do three types of green harvest control. So the first stage is removing the shoulders, especially on Bordeaux varieties, because the reason why you do this is your shoulders is different developing than the whole bunch. So for example, if you look at this bunch here, there's your bunch of grapes, and this one is a little shorter. So what we'll do with this, we'll cut the shoulder off a certain distance from the main bunch, that it doesn't dry back to the stem and influence the main bunch. So you will see the reason why we developed this, remove the shoulders, is because of all the undeveloped berries. So this is a different stage of developing than the main bunch, and this is just to improve the quality on Oldenburg. So the second stage of green harvesting is we come through the vineyard on 80% horizon. So we'll come through and look at all the grapes, and if the grapes is on 80% horizon, then we throw everything that has less than 50% horizon. We throw that on the ground. So you will see all the berries here that you'll see is lying on the ground. This one was less than 50% horizon, and that's why it was thrown on the ground. You will see all the pink ones around there. That was all the ones that was green, and this darker ones was the ones that it was black like that. And you will see it was more than 50% green on the bunch, and that's why we dropped it. So then we have a third stage of green harvesting as well. So that's where we cut down the points if need be. So depending on how the season is and how the block looks, then we'll come and cut the points off, because usually your points of your grape litters are just way on the block of Chardonnay here. This is a bundle of Merlot I picked on the other side. So you will see on the bottom here, the bottom piece is underdeveloped. So what we'll do is we'll just come in, you'll see the darker berries here. We'll just come and make a small cut there. We remove this berries that's undeveloped, and that just makes this bunch more equal, more better. The sugar levels in the bunch is going to be more equally spread, and that has a direct influence on quality.
Now that you know a little bit more about green harvesting, another very important step is the sampling process, where we go out in the early mornings and taste the grapes, chew the pips, and really see what the flavor development is like, and make that perfect picking decision to get the most phenolically ripe grapes with the most flavor and concentration.
I'm just going to run you through the best way of sampling a block of vines. So what we're going to do is we only pick berries. So we will walk down the line. We'll take in each fucky, we'll take a few berries, and it's very important to take all around the bunch. So we'll take some of the bunches deeper in, some of the bunches in front. We'll take some on the point, some higher up, just to give an even spread of berries around to get a much accurate reading of the sugars.
So if you think we only focus on a harvest during the harvest period, you're mistaken. There's a lot of things still happening in the background, and we're busy with soil preparation at the moment, preparing some blocks that will be planted later in the year.
In the background, you can see we're busy throwing phosphate and lime with the precision spreaders on Oldenburg. Why we're using the precision spreaders is just to throw the right amount of lime phosphate on the soils. And with the precision spreaders, they work on a GPS system, so they open and close on the right amount with this on that piece of soil.
So Nick, we've got the first Chenin Blanc from Rondekop.
Yeah, from 3 old vines, and we've got 3 barrels. Yeah, at the moment it's fermenting. It's just started fermenting. We're took it off at about 21.5 barley, so just under 13% alcohol, and it's in the early stages, probably about 220 grams of residual sugar as we've measured this morning, so probably still about another 3-4 weeks of fermentation happening, and everything's natural.
Okay.
I've only added a little bit of sulfur to the juice, and the fermentation is taking part with the indigenous yeast that's found in the juice. So a slow process, and yeah, I put it into older barrels. I'm not a big fan of new oak on Chenin, but in older barrels you get a lovely freshness, and then we'll let the wine just go through naturally through malolactic fermentation too, just going to give the wine some nice structure, some really nice notes.
Nice. It's, how far is it in fermentation? It's not very far.
It's just started. So
Just started.
Yeah,
So it's like
it started bubbling about 2 to 3 days ago.
Okay, right.
And as you can see in the background there, we've got a little bit of carbon dioxide coming through the breather valve.
Yeah.
And yeah, still a few weeks left of fermentation, but you know, we've got a great indigenous yeast found in our vineyards, and you know, the first time I fermented whites in the cellar, I was very worried because nothing's ever been fermented here, but our indigenous population of yeast is really great. Never had any issues with the stuff fermentation, so touch wood.
Well, touch wood, exactly. Touch wood. Right, so wood. Well, cheers. I mean, this is absolutely like fresh juice, and obviously it's got a long way to go through fermentation, but it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, the potential's there, analysis look good, and yeah, I'm expecting a lot from this little vineyard.
And I'm not spitting this out. Cheers.